a new episode of Baking with Caroline and her mom. I'm Caroline. That's Mom.
Yeah, it's been ages, hasn't it?
Ages. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Mom made a pecan pie brownie for dessert for Thanksgiving, so...
It was amazing, right?
That happened. But today we're making a maple and cranberry upside down cake. So our first step is to make the topping glaze that goes on the... No, our first step is to spray and turn on the oven. She shook her head at me.
So yeah, the oven goes on to 350.
Okay, so spraying.
And what kind of pan is that?
It's an 8-inch springform.
And we're only spraying, we're not spraying and lining because?
Because the recipe said so.
Yeah, and also because we're putting
it's upside down.
Yeah.
So then the lining would be on the top.
Yeah.
Which is not what you want.
And it might retain the topping when you take the lining off,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then oven.
350. Okay, so that's done. We've got the oven, we've got the greased tin in a saucepan.
In a saucepan.
Bring to a boil. 3/4 of a cup of maple syrup.
3/4 of a cup of maple syrup. We're using Thompsontown maple syrup.
Yeah, because we're loyal.
And they don't call us the maple syrup capital of Ontario for nothing.
Well, Lanark County, right? Yeah.
Our county, not us, not you and Mom and me. Just in our backyard. Tapping trees.
Boiling it on the stove. Yeah, that would take a long time. Okay, so yeah, 3/4 of a cup of maple syrup, a tablespoon of butter. Doesn't have to be soft because we're going to be melting it.
But we're just going to use what's left in this.
Yeah, that's our, using
our table butter.
Yeah, that's what. And half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon.
Okay. Do you have a preferred cinnamon, Mom? I would say that you do, since both of these say Watkins on them.
Okay, well then, yeah. You know why that is? It's because it's a bigger container.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and we go through a lot of cinnamon.
That's British.
I don't think it is.
British trademark since 1868.
Year after Confederation. Half a teaspoon.
Half a teaspoon. That's a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon. I'm just going to dig in because it's very full.
Okay, if a little bit extra falls off, that's okay. Yeah. So now we're going to bring that to a boil.
Okay, bring this to a boil before we put in the cranberries.
Yes.
Okay.
We're going to bring it to a boil. A little bit stirring probably. Yeah. And it says to put the cranberries in after you've brought this to the boil. I think this is, the boiling thing is just to...
cook it together.
Yeah.
Make your cinnamon not powdery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, otherwise the cinnamon would just float on top, right? Yeah.
Cinnamon being notorious like that.
It is. It's so powdery.
Yeah. Okay. So we're letting it boil.
Okay.
We have our 3/4 of a cup, but it's actually a cup of cranberries. It said fresh, but these are frozen.
Yeah. And we're hoping that won't be
a problem.
We'll
find out.
I just keep on buying frozen cranberries. There must be 3 bags in the freezer.
Yeah, and for the longest time, all you could find was frozen cranberries. All the berries were gone. All the citrus was gone.
Oh, you mean during the lockdown?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you ever need any cranberries, anybody?
We have a lot. All the dumplings.
Okay, shall I look?
Yeah.
That's it. Boiling. Okay, so we'll turn it off.
So we'll turn it off, or remove some heat if you don't have a gas stove. Plopping in.
And just mix them around.
Give them a little stir.
Yeah, and put it to one side. Okay.
Okay, that's done.
So now we're going to make the cake.
Now it's time for cake. Cake time.
In a bowl. Not the...
Oh, I didn't get a bowl.
Well, we do have... It's easy to get. Right. In a bowl, mix together the dry ingredients, which is... 1 3/4 cups of flour. The recipe actually calls for cake and pastry flour, and I really don't get that. I, used to use cake and pastry when it called for it, and I just found that things were flat. They weren't because there's less gluten in cake and pastry flour, and it's supposed to stay up by virtue of the leavening that you put in, and especially of beaten
this
eggs.
doesn't call for, so it's about your egg beating, because this doesn't call for a lot of leavening ingredients.
No, but it does call for egg whites.
Yeah. And that's one thing that we're not super at. I think we can agree.
Not super at
Beating our eggs properly.
Oh, yeah. Or worse at whipping cream, I think.
That's true.
Yeah. You know what they say, practice makes perfect. So that's 1 3/4.
But I only have the 1 1/4, so.
Oh, okay, so we're doing the quarter 3 times. Oh, you're using your advanced math.
Ooh. My change making math.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 3/4.
2 teaspoons of baking powder. That's actually quite a bit of baking powder.
Okay. 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
And 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You need to refill the salt container. And just whisk all that together. Now, for the next part, for the wet ingredients, you need to separate the eggs. So,
Are we keeping both parts of the
yes,
egg?
yes. But, oh, well, wait a minute. Since we have to beat the butter and sugar together first, let's do that first, and then you can just plop the egg yolks into your batter and keep the whites in a separate container that you're then going to beat up. So let's do the butter and sugar first.
Okay, what container are we going to use for our egg whites?
One of those glass bowls in the
Little
middle.
ones?
Yeah, not too little because, you know, they beat up. Yeah, that's fine. There he is there.
Because, yeah, if I'm separating, I have to put the egg whites in something.
Yes, but not yet.
Yes.
Okay, so now we need butter. We need...
And are we using the paddle?
Yes, we're using the normal one. We need 1/2 cup of butter, softened. Fortunately, we softened it beforehand.
And we'll just use the
Use the guide on the wrapper, yeah.
helpful wrapper guide.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you it was a woman that invented that.
Yeah, it does sound very practical, like something a woman. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. And just put it in whole?
Does it look like it's a square, cube? Okay. Mm-hmm. In whole. Because you're going to use the paddle to
To break it up.
break it up, yeah.
And?
Don't we normally break up the butter first?
That's why I asked. Oh, you mean like...
Yeah, beat it up a bit first, honey.
I thought you meant like cut it into cubes. I'm like, I just said that and you said no. Alright.
Just zap it a bit higher. It just softens it more, yeah? Okay, now 1 cup of granulated sugar.
So are we using a different spatula?
No, I wouldn't. It's all going in the same pan, right?
So it doesn't matter if a little bit of maple syrup gets into this. But
Gosh, no.
it won't like affect the rising or anything.
No, it's just the tiniest amount there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah. So, 1 cup of granulated sugar.
Okay.
And beat until smooth.
And is this the thing that like it changes color?
It gets fluffy and
One of our
paler.
first lessons.
Yeah. We have to remember them again after our little break. And we go. Right.
Beaten until smooth, he says. Way more sugar than butter.
Yeah, I think it's because of the cranberries being so tart.
Okay. It's just like clumping right now. Should I turn it up? Yeah, it's just like clump.
Let me see. Oh yeah, but it is smooth.
Is it though? Look, it's grainy.
Yeah, we'll keep eating.
Okay.
Remember, we've had this discussion before.
Yeah, but it doesn't usually look like this at any point during
That's
the
true. Just beat the heck out of it.
Yeah, it's not like spreading out.
Okay.
It's just clumping.
All right, so,
Do you think that's okay? It's just made like a sugar butter Play-Doh.
yeah, I guess it's okay. Let's put the egg yolks in and see if that'll, yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't know that it's smooth, but it's definitely incorporated.
Well, let's try the egg yolks.
Okay, how many?
2 eggs. Separated. Yolks in with the batter, whites in a separate bowl.
Let's try this. You ready?
Open up the yeah, stand mixer first. Okay, here we go.
Oh no! Oh no! It broke!
Well, we'll put it to one side, the whole thing.
One side was too big and the other side was too small.
So, is that how you normally separate eggs?
Yes?
Okay.
Is that not how you're supposed to separate eggs?
Yeah, but I just thought you might have a different technique because of your not liking.
I don't like it.
Well, what I have often done is.
Ew, no! Through her hand was what she was miming.
Yeah. Right, we won't watch this close up because it might be, you might have,
Yeah.
you know, egg separating anxiety or something.
Oh, it's touching me. It's just this last little bit that doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Come on, cut it with the shell.
Yep.
Let go. There, yay!
You have to be careful not to get any yolk in the white.
Ah! I got yolk in the white.
What?
I got yolk in the white.
Okay,
You
well,
were distracting me!
put it in there with the other one, and I will do this.
It was going fine until she pressured me.
All right.
Do you need an apron?
I think I should be sick.
She says. Uh-huh, that's what I was doing. And then I was just about to dump it in, and then you said the thing. You got yolk in your eyes!
Oh my god.
Maybe we should do this off camera. The pressure of the camera is too much. Does anybody want some scrambled eggs? Because we got 3 eggs up for grabs.
So far. Okay, let's do it this way.
Ew, through her hand. So gross. So gross.
It's definitely the most, the gentlest, right?
Yeah.
I think that what it is these eggs are a bit elderly.
Ah.
That, oops. That causes them to be more delicate
In the yokel areas.
in the yokel area. Mm-hmm.
They're yokel regions.
What do you do with those eggs, Caroline?
Maybe we need to have something for dinner that involves egg, like omu rice.
As long as it has turkey in it. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're just beating it and hopefully this,
Yes. Hopefully this will make the difference.
it already has.
All right, let's have a look. That was fun. Oh yeah, it's looking more like it should, right?
Yeah.
And you know what that is? That's because the egg yolks add more fat.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, I knew I was doing it because there was more sugar than butter. But yeah, this looks better.
Beat it higher.
Getting there. Okay. I declare it.
Let's have a look. Oh yes, that looks
Feels
creamed and it's fluffy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then a teaspoon of vanilla.
And a teaspoon of vanilla helps the
Medicine goes down.
Sometimes we have a single brain between the two of us.
Spend too much time together.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay. And then
Beat it. Beat it in.
lovely brown color now.
Okay, so that's a really interesting how this progresses from here. The next step is to alternately add the flour mixture and half a cup of milk using 3 additions of flour and 2 of milk. And then the egg whites are folded in at the very end.
But don't we have to whip the egg whites?
Yeah.
Okay. How do we get all the stuff from the top?
Okay, so half a cup of milk is needed.
Half a cup of milk total or each time?
Total, half a cup total, so a quarter of a cup twice. But you can use the...
I've been using this for many things.
What else? Maple syrup and...
Butter.
No.
So a quarter of a cup each time?
Yes, half a cup altogether. So put the whole half cup in and then...
No.
No?
I won't be able to pour just a quarter of a cup of milk out of it. I'm
Goodness.
just going to quarter of a cup it each time.
Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put 1/3 of the flour mixture in and stir it. I usually use, just eyeball it and use one of the cup measures that I've been working with. Yeah. You'll need to lift up the... And do the usual semi-incorporating it so that it doesn't explode.
I
Okay.
disagree with the need to do that.
Okay. It didn't explode? Oh, well, then.
You start it slow.
Uh-huh.
We're just stirring?
Yes, we're just stirring.
Until it's doughy?
Yeah, and then lift it up, scrape it back, and add a quarter of a cup of milk.
Lose like half your recipe to the top of it. Look at all this. Okay, quarter of a cup of milk. Mix it in. Yes. Measure out our next quarter of a cup. So it gets hard, and then it gets soft, and then it gets hard,
That's
and then
right.
it gets soft.
Yeah. But just imagine how difficult it would be to incorporate the two together if you did it all at once.
Yeah.
Are you scraping down your paddle as well?
Yes.
Okay.
To the best of my abilities.
Okay. So another 1/3 of the, like half of what's left. I've got the Jeopardy music going through my head because it's just the right speed for the speed of the paddle. Yeah. Do 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 do.
Ugh. I'm starting to find that really annoying.
Well, that's the thing about cakes.
Gets everywhere?
Yeah, it does.
Gross. Oh, it's on my finger.
Oh no.
Stop it. Bits of cake everywhere.
Yeah, pick them up and put them back in.
Oh.
partly to do with you being left-handed, I think. Because you're less able with your right hand, right? A bit less able.
Yeah, less.
It's more awkward. So that was the second lot of milk going in.
Yes, it was. There's a lot of scraping in this recipe. If you're like me and you don't like scraping, not great. Okay. Come on. Look at my
Do you want me to take over, honey?
thing that's covered in scraping.
Never making another cake.
So messy. I hate it.
You're doing great.
Like, look at my spatula. All the way to the handle.
Okay, so now I add the last floury bit.
What about all of this unincorporated stuff around the sides and the top?
Do you need to switch spatulas?
You need to get better at spatulaing.
Aha, we'll have to make more cakes.
Or just not ever spatula again. Those are the two options, and I'm choosing the latter.
Oh,
Okay, I think it's mixed.
Okay, so now the next thing to do is to beat the egg whites till fluffy.
Okay, will you come scrape this down?
Yes.
I hate it.
So Caroline got fed up with spatulaing and
Yes.
asked me to take over.
Stuff all over my hands.
I spatulaed. Now we're going to beat the egg whites. We have these 2 egg whites. And here we go. So I have a tip for beating egg whites. And that is that once they get to this stage, which is the foamy stage, can you see? Yeah? Add 1/8 of a teaspoon of cream of tartar per 2 egg whites. And since we have 2, we'll put in 1/8 of a teaspoon. This is cream of tartar. It's one of the ingredients of baking powder.
Ah. So it's a
And I
leavening
guess
agent.
It helps them stay up.
Ah.
And that's part of its role in baking powder too.
It helps them stiffen.
It helps them stay stiff.
Ah.
Back here, let's have a see. Oh, almost there. Does it say what kind of egg white beating it should be? Or does it just say beat egg whites?
Beat egg whites until stiff peaks form.
Stiff peaks. I got soft peaks right now.
See, they peak, but they collapse.
What do you think?
I think they're still collapsing.
Okay.
Yes.
Ta-da!
Ah, ta-da! Wait, I've zoomed in. I didn't see that. Ooh, look how proud she is.
Okay.
Okay. And so now we're folding into the batter.
Yeah. You want me to do that too?
Yes. I'm done.
It's done. Oh, baby. Yeah.
Oh no!
Man.
Well, I can rescue this. What a weird place to put it. She put it on top of the egg whites, you guys.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm going to rescue them.
What?
The egg whites.
Yeah. What, you don't need this to rescue? Oh, you need this to rescue the egg whites that are on it.
Yeah. We've had egg disasters.
It's been an egg-tastrophe.
Yes, it has. Isn't it lucky that I don't mind getting my fingers gumpy?
It is, and it's weird that you birthed a child like me. Okay, so you're folding it in.
Yes, first of all,
Coming to look her watch her folding technique.
I need the silver, it's not silver.
Right,
The big spoon from there.
The big silver and color. Nope. Oh, yes.
Yeah. I see it.
This spoon.
Yes.
And then this is when your folding skills come into play, because you don't want to deflate the eggs too much, right?
Yeah. It's quite heavy.
Yeah. Yeah, like how are you folding that into anything?
Oh, like this.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, no, I would not like that.
The way the mother of my friend Martin taught me in high school. She's Latvian, and she was a really good baker.
And what does he teach you? This way.
This way of folding in, yeah, because I was just, stirring, and she went, bah!
That's not folding!
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have seen Schitt's Creek, but there's a whole episode where Moira and David try to make enchiladas, and one of the instructions is to fold, and neither of them know how to do it.
But that's just fold like this, or fold
Fold
in
like
half?
that, yeah. No, fold the cheese into the sauce.
Oh, weird. You can see it's getting
Incorporated, yes. I don't have the patience for this.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mom folded expertly.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna build. The first thing we do is we pour in our topping mixture.
Yep. Use a spatula.
I'm gonna get a new spatula.
Yeah, that other one's been through the wars, hasn't it?
I've developed a hatred for that spatula. Well, yeah, there's not many cranberries, eh?
Yeah, that's why I added a few more. If you want, you can get the package out and add even a few more.
But they'll be frozen.
It won't matter.
You don't think it'll affect like the baking?
No, not if it's only a few.
Okay. Cause yeah, like that's not.
No, it's not cranberry.
Not everybody's gonna get cranberries.
Yeah. It's on the left of the basket. Door jumped open. I thought I was the only one who had problems with it.
My fingers are all buttery.
Okay, just drop them in the spaces, yeah.
Maybe a couple more. What do you think?
There. Yeah. There's a hole over here.
Okay.
Okay.
Now everybody will get a cranberry. At least one cranberry.
Good.
Oh no!
Oh, Caroline, no. Okay, so we just had a cranberry disaster where the bag was still open when she tried to put it in the, yeah. But she rescued the cranberry. Well, didn't rescue them. She picked them up and threw them away, yeah.
So we're putting the cake batter in.
Yeah.
Because it's so sticky.
Stiff.
Or stiff, and the cranberry thing is very runny. We're going to put it in as blobs to kind of make sure it's spread out properly.
Okay. I fear that you're going to have to use that. Oh, I guess you can use the pink spatula. That's great.
Exactly.
Want me to do that last bit?
Oh, I can do it. Oh my god, I hate it.
Okay, now the rest of it.
Join your little friends in the corner.
Let's see if how much is left in there. Oh, you're excused from the rest.
Okay.
All right, so we're just flattening it now. Well, spreading it around,
Yeah, look, it's
but it will itself migrate a bit
when it's baking.
when it's baking. You don't have to make sure that it's right up to the edges because it will just make sure there aren't any huge hills or something. Yeah. Oh dear.
What?
I don't
Oh
know.
no, it's
Rising up the
leaking.
side. Ugh. Oh, you didn't close it.
What do you mean I did? Oh, I didn't. Yes, I did. That's it closed.
Oh well, so put it on a tray. Oh, this is one of our better efforts, isn't it?
Should we line the tray?
Oh, sure.
You're gonna.
Yeah.
They're pre-made liners.
Yeah. This probably would have been better just in an 8-inch cake tin.
Yeah.
Wonder why it's specified weird.
Did it, or did you read it?
It did. Springform. It does.
Yeah, like look at it.
Yeah. Okay, quickly in the oven.
Was that spread out enough?
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, into the oven.
Okay, and we don't know at the moment how long it cooks for. We'll tell you later.
Okay, so it's been 50 minutes.
50, right?
50 minutes. It smells like burning sugar.
Uh-huh.
We think that a springform pan was a mistake.
Uh-huh.
But, here we go. Oh no, Mom!
Oh dear. Oh, don't put your... Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Oh, I think it's cooked. Put the toothpick in.
got a toothpick. Smack in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's stuff on it, but I think it's just
No,
damn
it's
cake
not.
stuff.
No, another 5 minutes.
Another 5 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Should we wipe up the
No, there's no point at this stage. Yeah, this is a recipe from a...
magazine?
Cooking magazine.
Right? Like a national cooking magazine.
Yes. And it didn't make sense to use a springform pan when there's liquid in the bottom. Duh.
All right, 5 more minutes. Okay, 5 minutes is up. Gonna try again. We think it's probably ready. It smells even more like burnt sugar. Something about burnt sugar that smells like camp.
Yeah, it does. It's s'mores, right?
S'mores, marshmallows, yeah.
It feels springy.
I didn't prep a second toothpick. Sigh, okay. Feels springy. Poke it in the middle again. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Okay, so just move it to the cooling rack. The instructions say to cool it for 30 minutes. And then we'll turn it upside down. Right side up, whatever. Yeah, but really,
Oh, look at this.
Caroline thinks that's because we use frozen cranberries instead of fresh, which exuded more water. And
Yeah.
that's possible. That's a possibility.
And that's
Anyway,
why it's so runny.
yeah, so...
Like, I don't understand how it could have been any other way. Like, how was theirs not running out of their springform pan?
Yeah. All right, well, we'll see eventually. Okay.
Okay, it's been half an hour, so I'm going to run my knife around the outside, and then we're going to try flipping it.
How does it feel?
Okay. Yeah, it's moving quite smoothly.
Okay.
Yep. I don't think it'll have trouble coming out.
Does it taste burnt?
Not even a little.
Okay. Undo it.
Unpop it and then put this on top. Yes?
Yes.
Let go on this side.
Oh, well, just put the plate on top of the whole thing and turn it over.
Like so.
Oh, look at that.
Yep. I think that the
Yeah, that's why it's stuck there, right?
yeah, stuck right here, and it's because of the sugar. I'm gonna have to disconnect the. It wasn't about disconnecting the cake; it was about disconnecting the top. Ta-da!
And apparently you're supposed to let it sit like that for another 10 minutes.
With the top on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Will it settle?
I don't know.
Because it domed quite a bit. Well, this is what it looks like so far. It doesn't look gross. We'll see if we can get the top off. Okay, so we're gonna try to disconnect the top because it doesn't want to just pop off. So I've got the offset spatula. Just gonna try and slide it around.
Here's me hissing.
Yeah. Your discomfort is not helpful to the process.
Sorry.
Every little noise you make comes out on camera.
Sorry. The suspense is killing me.
Oh. Ta-da-ish.
Yeah, no, not so much.
We found other recipes that used
Ordinary cake tins.
cake tins and cooked the cranberry stuff first.
Yeah.
Because, I think if this had been cooked down further...
Wouldn't you expect Canadian living to happen?
Yeah, to have test kits in it. Mm-hmm. And not in some sort of weird vacuum sealed.
Well,
it's not pretty.
say that again.
But I'm sure it's delicious.
Let's try it right now.
Yeah, let's try it. I'm going to keep... Okay, we'll try it in just a second. And we'll let you know how it tastes. Because obviously it don't look that great.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, here we are with our slice of cake. It looks like a nice moist cake. And then it's got a plop of stuff on the top. And then the ratio of cranberries, I still think, is not very...
No, it's not good.
It's not great.
Mostly on the sides,
Yeah.
actually.
It's not super mapley, that's for sure.
All the maple syrup ran out. It's in the bottom of my oven.
Burnt to the bottom of the oven now.
So basically the bottom line here is don't bother.
Not worth it.
The idea is really good, and it could be quite nice if it were made in a regular cake tin, probably a 9-inch cake tin. So that
And
it
I
would
think
be
all you
thinner.
would need, instead of this maple syrup thing, is like maple sugar. Maple sugar, cranberries,
Butter.
maple sugar, butter, cranberries, cake.
Yep.
Like when you make a pear upside down cake or a pineapple upside down cake, you have to cook the pineapple first. You just plop it in, right?
Similarly, the pear or whatever.
Yeah.
But the cake is a lot simpler than this. It doesn't involve separating the eggs or what have you. It's almost like a tea biscuity.
Okay. Yeah. I like that we're like it's not worth it, and yet well, it's gone. It's still moist, like it's fluffy. The cake itself is quite nice, and for like a layer cake or something, it'd be a good cake. It's just the process didn't work.
Yeah, and the process was extremely annoying as well, right?
And then, I mean, the number of eggs that we sacrificed for this recipe.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's it for this week. Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.